Have you seen the recent data? Latest news on GDP can be negative for you. Quint says India plunges into technical recession as GDP contracts 7.5% in quarter 2 financial year 21. Quarter 2 GDP data, Indian economy contracts 7.5% in second quarter. Sequential improvement points to recovery. How can these news be positive? They are extremely negative. We are investing in stock market, but don't you think we should sell our shares and opt for fixed securities?
Oh, ho, beta. So from where you are getting all these news?
Obviously, Google News.
Okay. So you have done a well data study of different newspapers. Let us check some quick facts. So here I am going to provide you some data which anybody can see from the description link given below. Beta, there is a quote. First impression is last impression. But I will like to tell you don't go with this quote because we should not judge a book by its cover. Many a time, by getting immediate excited by any type of data, we can get misled. So before getting excited or before we react to anything, we need to study data by ourselves. Let us have a look. So today's video might be useful to all those people who are worried about their investment, who are thinking यार कल क्या होगा, GDP negative होता जा रहा है. What will happen to my portfolio? This video is for all those people. Hope you are able to see this picture. Here we have given the GDP data since 1980 to 2019, which are actual fact data, along with expected GDP of 2030. There were several important events we saw during last 50 years. Friends, after liberalization, post-liberalization 1992, we saw a good growth in GDP as you can see in the data. In 1980, our GDP was 0.20 trillion, 0.2 trillion. As you can see, in 2020, we reached to 0.5 trillion. 2007 was the year when we first time reached 1 trillion. We reached 2 trillion in 2014. So let me ask you a question, Archie. If India reached its first trillion in 2007, how many years did India consume to reach first trillion post independent?
Well, we got independence in 1947 and we reached 1 trillion in 2007. So it will be 60 years from 1947 to 2007.
Okay. So first trillion we took 60 years. Another 1 trillion. India reached 2 trillion in 2007. How much time did we consume to reach another 1 trillion?
Okay, so that is 7 years.
7 years. So first trillion we took 60 years. Another trillion only 7 years. And even this time beta in 2020, that is this year, we were going to reach 3 trillion. So this time we were going to achieve only in 6 years. But due to pandemic, this year we are not going to reach 3 trillion. We are going to reach next year. So again, this another 1 trillion, we need 7 years. Am I right? So first trillion how many years?
60 years.
Another 1 trillion?
7 years.
And this 1 trillion we were going to achieve in 6, but now it will be again 7 years. Right? So let me tell you important data that India took around 81 years to reach 3 trillion economy, but it is expected due to several macro indicators like demographic dividend and several other things that India is going to reach 7 trillion economy till 2030. So yes, India took 81 years to reach its first 3 trillion, but for the next 3 trillion we are going to achieve in coming 9 years. So fasten your seat belts. Our India is going to fly.
Oh, so who is telling this? You or the World Bank? When everything is negative like this, how can we reach 7 trillion? Your GDP is at -8% and you are dreaming of +8%.
अरे यार बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी ऐसा. चलो no problem, let me give you some more data. And by the way, this estimate is not your papa's estimation. This estimation is estimation of IMF and World Bank. But still, let me show you some more data. The data which is in front of you are India's GDP growth data. As you can see, during last 80 years, India saw just 2 time negative growth. Even during 2008, when whole world went into negative growth, India's growth was down. That is by 3.1%. But we have not seen negative growth during 2008. So world was surprised during this time that how India was outperforming. Till the year 2000, India's growth was below 5%, average growth. But post-liberalization, that is post 2000, India's average growth was above 7%. So India is shining. India is growing well. You can see that yeah, during 17, 18, 19, our GDP growth was muted down from 8.3 to 7, 7 to 6 and 6 to 5. And this year, due to pandemic, again we are going to see the negative growth. So yes, there should be a question in your mind that if India's growth was muted since last 3 years, why we should be positive? If India this year is going to again enter into negative trajectory, why we should positive? To understand this thing, we need to compare India with world standard. Let us check it. So here are the data of GDP growth India's with comparing with the world. As you can see that pre-liberalization, that is before 2000, world was growing by around 5%, India was growing by 5%, though we were not outperforming, right? In fact, world have not entered below 0%, but India have entered 2 times in negative trajectory. But post-liberalization, when world growth was muted, during last 20 years, world is growing by below 3% growth. But still, India was able to grow by more than 7%. So what does it tells a story? It tells that India is outperforming the whole world by 100%. We are shining. Yes, we accept that during last 3 years our growth is muted. But so world growth is muted. We can see that world from 3.3 reached to 3.0 and 2.5, and the effect of this global meltdown was seen in Indian economy also. This year world is going to again enter in negative trajectory by -3.3%. Yeah, India is also going to enter negative. But yes, as we can see, since last 20 years, India is outperforming the whole world. It is expected that from 2021 year again, India is going to outperform world largely again by 100%. So let me ask you a question. If India has proven track record of outperforming the whole world by 100% since last 20 years, there should be no question that whether we could outperform the world again or not. Yes, India is going to outperform the whole world. Why not we can estimate that till 2030 we are going to reach 7 trillion, no doubt about it. As the effect of corona get minimized, again economy is going to run and outperform the whole world. Let me share with you some important ranking data which can give you more high clarity. This is India's GDP ranking. As you very well know that India and China are the most populated country, and we should be even number one, number two in GDP ranking also. But it's not like this. But this was not like same because from 180 to 1800, India and China were leading economy of the world, where India was contributing to around 36% of world economy. India was number one economy. But we know what happened. Britishers were there, and during that time, India was looted. India's wealth have been transferred from India to UK. Post-independent, India started to gain again. We started without money. We started without education. Yes, India literacy rate was too down when we were independent, versus India was the most literate country before the year 1800. But when we become independent in 1947, we were not having money, we were not having education, we were not having health. We started from 1947 to 1992, as you can see, we have not done so well. Versus other countries like China grew very well, Singapore grew very well, Korea grew very well. We grew well post this 1992. You can see that our ranking was year by year going down. In 1992 we were at 21st rank, but as you can see, post liberalization, India have improved its ranking year on year. It was the first time in 2012 we reached with at top 10 economy. From 10 to 9 to 8 to 7. Last year India jumped to 5th number. Yeah, again this year that is in 2020, we are going to see negative GDP for India. Yes, we crossed UK last year, but this year the countries which are developed like UK and US economically, they will not be more volatile they will not be as high volatile like India. India is a developed country. So India economically harm would be more than UK or US. So again in 2020 we may see, note it down, we may see UK cross India. But yes, till 2026 to 2030, we are going to cross UK or even Germany and even Japan. India would be third largest economy. This is the chart which shows you how India is growing. Yes, India have potential to reach even world number one in ranking, but still there is too much time to go there. Yes, third is also not bad, and we are going to grow better than world, as you can see. So beta, do not ever doubt in the potential of India. But yes, I agree that we should see current situation also. So see, as per quarter two GDP data which I have just published yesterday, India's GDP was 33 lakh crore during quarter two this year versus 36 lakh crore last year. So India's GDP during Q2 has contracted by 7.5%. Agreed. Now, if you said Q2 contracted by 7.5%, let us consider that Q2 plus Q1 is equal to H1. So GDP as per H1 this year is 60 lakh crore versus 71 lakh crore last year. We can say H1 GDP have contracted by massive 15.7%. So we should not say that is the contraction of 7.5%, but in real term this year till now it's the contraction of 15.7% versus growth of 4.8%. So here is the real quarterly GDP growth since 2014-15, where we can see that yes, since 2017 there was global meltdown, and yes, in India also GDP growth was muted since 2017. So world was already muted, and we saw corona during quarter 1 financial year 2021. During this corona, Indian economy fell by massive 23.9%. And that was the time where there was just darkness, and we were not knowing that till what time this would be locked down, when again we are going to see everything normal. So that was the worst quarterly GDP growth we saw. 23.9 was, yes, worst, but what else were we going to expect? Factories were shut, you were at your home, I was at my home, we all were not at productivity. So quarter 1, yes, 23.9 cut, but in quarter 2, as we saw, lockdown has opened, there were disruptions, but yes, lockdown was opened, and hence quarter 2 7.5. Yes, we can say it's contraction, but in real terms we can say it's improvement from 23.9%. We can't say that still yes we are in bad shape. No, yes, in quarter 1 23.9, in quarter 2 7.5. It shows we are improving, and quarter 3 we are going to see either 0% or maybe it would be minus 2% or somewhat. So we should not be negative, instead we should be positive that we are now improving. So Archie, what do you think? India is not doing good?
I am not 100% convinced, but now I am not as negative as I was earlier.
Yeah, beta. So let me show you some more important data. From yesterday's announced quarter 2 GDP data, we can see that production of rice was minus 2.9% versus previous year, which was normal year, that was also minus 0.3%. Production of fish is up. We can see if we compare last year to this year, fish production was up. Production was of coal was positive. Crude was so-so. Production of cement was negative by 10.6%, and it was supposed to be. We know that during lockdown factories were closed. Construction activity was closed. So we are not surprised by this minus 10% data. Even still consumption was minus 4.0%. Yeah, we agree. Total telephone subscribers minus 2.2 again. Yeah, it's normal. Sale of commercial vehicle, which was already minus 35% during last year quarter 2. It was minus 20% this year also. So beta, cement companies, steel companies along with commercial vehicle companies were not going to make lifetime high this year. It should be clear. Comes in commercial vehicle.
Ashok Leyland and Tata Motors come in commercial vehicles.
Yeah, right. So their sales were affected even last year, even this year their sales are affected. So you can't say why they are not making lifetime high like TCS, right?
Agreed.
But here I will give you very important data that private vehicle purchase during quarter 2 last year was minus 35%. We very well knew that auto sales were falling. But here is important thing. This quarter 2 purchase of private vehicle was plus 2%. So where we need to focus? Can you tell me?
So does that mean that private vehicle companies like Maruti, who did not make much sales last year, now during the contraction of GDP, they are making plus 2% sales?
Aha, don't ask for Tipa, but we should understand that no need to wait for Maruti's result to announce. They are going to post better sales in quarter 2. Cargo handled at major seaport was minus 9%. So yeah, we can understand import export would be low. Adani Port, GPPL type of companies, ports turnover may be low this year, it's all right. cargo handled in airport minus 23%, and this is main thing, passengers handled at airport was growing by 1%, but this year it's contracted by around 80%. Now don't say it is a surprise figure. Why it's not a surprise? Because the airport were closed. Now even after lockdown has been opened, many factories have started, but still people are not traveling as they were traveling last year. So airlines, tourism is the most affected sector till now. Many of the sectors have started growing, but this sector would be, we may see, grow last. So some more data like railways net ton kilometers have grown. Now it's obvious, just like airline, people are not traveling. We can see passenger per kilometer was minus 98%. So yeah, it could affect the sales of IRCTC where you are investing. It doesn't mean IRCTC is bad company, but this year it is affected by Corona. Don't expect lifetime high sales. It's very simple. See, bank deposits are actually growing more than pre-corona, so that's better thing. Credits are also not bad, instead they are actually growing, so these things are positive for banks, right? When LIC premiums, see, people are saving. LIC premiums, non-linked and linked, both are growing. Linked and non-linked means unit linked, both are growing, so we can say people are saving better. This is good. Export of good and service have increased. Actually, it was minus last year, but this is positive this year. So this is good thing. Import have been affected. China का नाक दबाया है. We can see here. Last year import was -6 and this year it is -16. So that's good that import is decreasing and export is increasing. This could give good boost to even forex reserve. So I don't think that data are bad. You can see IIP data, mining it's negative -7, that's obvious. Manufacturing, industrial production this quarter was -6.8, but actually this was better than what we saw in Q1, right? Electricity again becoming normal, right? So I don't think there is actually a problem. So as we proceed, let me take you to important data, right? Here different industries are given. The data of 2019, 2020, 2021 have given, but what is more important for us, that let us compare quarter 1 with quarter 2. See, we very well knew that quarter 2 GDP have contracted by 7%. So definitely they would be minus. But now let us compare with quarter 1 when GDP have contracted by 24%. So let me ask you, here in first line it's written agriculture, forestry and fishing. You know, RJ, in real term, when GDP of India have contracted by 24%, agriculture have increased by 3.4%. And here also, during quarter 2, when GDP have contracted by 7, they are increasing by 3.4. So what do you think? Agriculture, forestry and fishing are growing good or not good?
Good.
So we can't say bad. किसानों ने लाज रखी है खराब समय में अपनी. नेक्स्ट डेटा इज फ्रॉम माइनिंग एंड कॉरिंग, राइट? माइनिंग एंड कॉरिंग में कौन सी कंपनी आती है और एग्रीकल्चर में कौन सी कंपनी आती है? डू यू थिंक pesticide companies comes in agriculture?
Yes.
Right? So definitely companies like PI Industries would be growing, their sales would be growing. But when you come to mining companies like Vedanta, Coal India, you can see mining have contracted largely by 23%. But now in quarter 2 it has only contracted by 9%. So it is becoming worse or it is improving?
Improving.
Yeah. Now manufacturing, see, manufacturing was most affected sector during quarter 1 lockdown. It was contracted by 39%, but now you can see it is actually growing by 0.6%. So can you believe that pre-corona and post-corona, they are actually growing more than what they were before corona. So manufacturing is doing very good. Can we say this? Right? They are doing good. Now comes electricity, gas, water supply and other utility. They were affected by 7% in quarter 1. But what do you see in quarter 2? Are they minus?
They are growing.
Actually, GDP has shrunk by 7%, but this sector is growing by 4%. So what do you say about IGL, MGL, gas authority India like GL and Gujarat Gas? Their sales would be growing in quarter 2 or degrowing?
Growing.
Yeah. Construction, this was the number one affected sector. 50%. We saw labor were going to their homes, right? Now, in quarter 1, 50% minus, in quarter 2, it's only minus 8%. So what do you think? Construction is worst or it has improved widely?
It has improved.
Yeah. So L&T type of companies you can see here, right? Agreed that we are not going to see lifetime high sales this year because this is real minus 8.6, but it is not like what it was in quarter 1. So you should be negative on L&T.
No.
Trade, hotel, transport, communication and service related to broadcasting was minus 47. Now it's minus 15. Again, I will tell you, we are not going to see lifetime high sales, but it is better than quarter 1 or going worse than quarter 1.
Better.
7th, financial, real estate and professional service. You can see they are more affected. See, during quarter 1 also they were affected by minus 5. Now in quarter 2 also they are affected by minus 8. So here it is. This sector is more affected than what it was affected in quarter 1. So which companies come in real estate? You know any? Not no. Godrej Property, Oberoi, DLF, right? So overall, here you can see that yeah, we were growing by around 4% last year. Quarter 1, we have fallen by 23%. Quarter 2, we are falling by 7%. Tell me, we are going worst or we are improving?
We are improving.
तो फिर क्यों खराब न्यूज़ पढ़ती है? Then why you were telling me about negative in the morning?
Yeah, now I understand it's not as bad as we are reading in the news.
तो क्या करें? बेच दे तेरे जुबिलेंट फूड, डीमार्ट, रिलायंस, टीसीएस?
No.
So see, here are the data of H1 estimates. You can see that yes, last year during this H1 we were growing by 4.5%. This year we are falling by 15%. But see, this is what we have expected in advance, right? Apart from agriculture, none of the other industry have grown, and that is the reason the companies of agriculture are making lifetime highs. But it's even not bad for other sector also. We are going to see very good improvements in quarter 3. Be prepared in advance. So beta, in quarter 2 itself, we have expected that yes, we are going to improve. And when today we are sitting with the data of H1, that is quarter 2, we can even make estimate what may happen during the end of this financial year. Should we do that exercise? Let me show you.
Yes, why not?
So before we start, let me make it clear that here in India, there are a confusion between calendar year and financial year. So let me show you initially as per calendar year, because calendar year starts in January and in December. Now World Bank, IMF, these whole agencies calculate as per calendar year. So don't get confused when they say that you are going to contract by this much in this year. They are talking about calendar and not financial year, right? Quarter 1 comes in Jan, Feb, March as per calendar year, and quarter 1 we were growing by 3%. In quarter 2, we contracted by 24%, and quarter 3, which we are saying it's quarter 2, is actually quarter 3 as per calendar year, has contracted by 7.5%. So if you do the average of all these 3 quarters, we can say that yes, we are degrowing, that is we are contracting by around 9% this year as per calendar year. This is the same time when world is contracting by around 4%. What estimate should we have this year? This should be your estimate that as quarter 1 it was 3, quarter 2 due to lockdown we saw minus 24%, quarter 3 it's minus 8. So what do you think? In quarter 4 it should be again minus 24, minus 15? No, it is improving. We should expect it that it should be around minus 2 or it can be 0% also, right? Let us take bad figure, worst figure minus 2. In this case also, we can expect that during the year 2020, India's economy may contract by minus 8%. Right? If you compare it by world, yeah, world is not going to contract by 8% because see, Corona has affected economy. But all those economy which were having money better than these developing countries, like developed countries, they were affected lesser. So be prepared. As we said, UK would be ahead again in 2020. We would not be reaching to 3 trillion, which was our goal in 2020. We would be fell from 5th place to 6th ranking this year. So newspaper are going to highlight this all negative news, but they are not going to say that this is for 2020 and from next year India is going to grow like anything. And again we are going to regain not only 5th place from UK, but in coming 5 years we are going to reach number 3. Got it, RG? Now in India, we are going to talk as per financial year. Be clear that quarter 4 as per calendar year is quarter 3 as per financial year. So in India, we are going to get one more quarter, that is quarter 4, Jan, Feb, March, which will be count in this financial year's GDP. Quarter 4 would be definitely we are going to make in several sector new highs even before what it was pre-corona. It is expected that quarter 4 would be again by growth of 10%. So in real term, if we calculate as per financial year, we are going to see only contraction of around 5 to 6%. So this is what we are going to get affected in real term as per financially. So the market is looking on this data. This year agreed that we are going to contract but by 6%. But from quarter 4 onwards we are going to grow, and 2021 India is again going to post lifetime high. 6% minus would be the growth for 2020-21 financial year, but next year we would be growing by V shape, that is 10%. Expect lifetime high GDP, hence expect lifetime high in markets. No need to worry at all, right? So here are the important data in front of you, which you can see very well that in 2003 your GDP was 0.6, that is almost half trillion, and your market cap of India was how much in 2003? It's in front of you, just 27 lakh, that is around 30 lakh crore. Now as in 2019 you are saying that your GDP has reached around how much? Your GDP has reached around 2.9 trillion. That is the reason your market cap has grown around 200 lakh crore. So 200 lakh crore, what does it say? That market cap is going to remain near to GDP, right? If you convert this GDP in rupee value, you will find that GDP and market cap both are almost 20-25% discount or together. Right? So yes, market cap is nothing but it's the reflection of GDP. Now, as you are expecting GDP to reach 7 trillion, there should be no doubt that your market cap, which is around 200 lakh crore, is going to reach 500 lakh crore in 2030. How can we cannot expect our Nifty to reach around 30,000 till 2030? Yeah, we are going to see huge rally in the market. Here is the chart of Nifty in front of you. I agree that you are saying that Nifty is at very high P, but let me tell you that markets stay at high P for long as markets stay at low P for long. Markets stay for very discounted market to GDP price. When market are not good, when your country is not growing, you will see that market cap stays at high discount to GDP. P are too low when your country is not doing good. But when your country is doing good, you are going to see expansion in P. You are going to see market cap reaching to nearby GDP. So definitely market is at high P right now. You may see correction, it's all right. But any correction could be temporary, and in coming time, in coming 10 years, coming decade, it would be India's time. What we should do? SIP. Just accumulate strongest sectors which are going to grow, and don't worry about these all news which you are going to see even 10 years from now. Got it? So Archie, now it's your turn. What was the moral of today's lesson?
So here is the lesson for me today. You will continue to suffer if you have an emotional reaction to everything that is said to you. True power is sitting back and observing things with logic. True power is restraint. If words control you, that means everyone else can control you. Breathe and allow things to pass.
Correct, all right, very good. And from tomorrow, be prepared whenever market fall, what we are going to do?
Bye.
Okay. So thank you so much and best of luck to everybody. Jai Hind.